Hi guys, today I have a recipe for you that is pasta perfection. It is bucatini with beautiful tomato sauce. This is pasta alla pomodoro. It is simple to make and basically it's pasta tossed in a very quick pan-fried tomato sauce. It gives you a glorious finish to a fantastic pasta shape and it all starts off in the pan. But first off, we need to get our pasta on to cook. So you want a big pot of boiling water. We're adding a generous bit of salt going in here. And then to this, we're going to add this beautiful bucatini. Now, if you have not come across bucatini before, it's kind of like spaghetti, but it's a little bit fatter and thicker. And in the center of it, there is a tiny little hole. So it's kind of like a little tube of pasta. You can get this in most supermarkets these days, but basically what you're looking for is something that's a little bit thicker and a little bit more of a chew than spaghetti. So that's what this delivers. Now, the beauty of this sauce, just like many of the other pasta recipes on this YouTube channel, is that the sauce comes together in the time it takes to cook out the pasta. So into our pan, I'm just going to turn down the heat slightly. We're going to add 3 cloves of garlic. So I'm going to add 3 cloves of garlic into our pan alongside some chili flakes. So you want a nice fine slice here. Now, I'm adding 3 cloves of garlic in here, which is quite hefty. I love the flavor of garlic in this sauce. But one thing I noticed when I was in Italy and I learned how to cook pasta from the nonnas was that when they add garlic in, they like a really subtle flavor of the garlic. So they sometimes add the whole clove of garlic and then fish it out just towards the end of the cooking time. So you get the flavor of the garlic, but you don't get the intensity of it. So if you're not a garlic fan, that's a really good tip for you. To our pan, we're gonna go in with some extra virgin olive oil. Add in that lovely garlic mixture you've just sliced up. And we're going to gently fry this just to infuse the oil with all that garlic flavor. So bring it up slowly to temperature. And you're looking for that garlic just to take on a touch of color. It should go a kind of nutty golden brown color. Now, once you start to take the edge off that garlic, the astringent raw garlic taste, we're going to get in there with a bit of spice from some red chili flakes. This is one of the secret ingredients of the Italian kitchen and it is so flavorful. You don't have to add black pepper if you use this. It gives you enough spice just through this. So in with the red chili flakes, a little bit of spice, give that a stir through. And this mixture of chili pepper and garlic is the base of some of the greatest pasta sauces, just like this one. So to that, we're going to add a whole host of beautiful cherry tomatoes. I've got a nice selection of different colored ones here, and that really will make a difference to the end of this dish. The beauty of this dish comes alive when you have some really good quality tomatoes, but even if you don't, this process will bring them alive a little bit. So these get tumbled into our oil. And we're just going to bring these slowly up to temperature. What you're looking for is those tomatoes to break down and become nice and sweet. Essentially what you're doing is intensifying the sweetness of the tomatoes and breaking them down until they start to produce a little bit of sauce. So give them a toss. In all that olive oil, in all that garlic, in all those beautiful chili peppers, I'm going to add a generous pinch of salt in here, which will help season them up. Give them a nice toss, wait for your pasta to cook out, and then we bring it all together. Now, this is where this sauce comes together a little bit. Come in and have a look, because this is where you start to see some of those smaller tomatoes breaking down a little bit. They go really juicy and gorgeous, and they just spit out a little bit of tomato juice, and that's really where you want things to be. So give them a nice toss. It's kind of like you're babysitting the tomatoes a little bit. You're taking your time, you're pushing them around the pan, you're starting to see ones that squish a little bit, and basically what you'll be left with is this gorgeous sort of jammy-like tomato sauce. Okay, come and have a look, because this is where we need to be with the tomatoes. A lot of the juices have come out. We're emulsifying it in alongside that lovely olive oil that's in there as well. We've got pasta that's cooking off quite beautifully and ready to go. So I'm going to now transfer this beautiful bucatini straight into that sauce and get things tossed through and looking good. Now, the beauty of tossing it through straight from the pot like this is that you're going to take a tiny touch of that starchy pasta water, which is going to help to bring the sauce together and give you a little bit more kind of creaminess to the sauce. So straight into our pot of tomatoes. And the beautiful thing is that as those tomatoes have cooked out, you've got ones that have stayed a little bit in shape so that they're holding a little bit of shape. You've got ones that have broken down completely. You've got interesting things going on all in this pan. So now it's just a case of bringing it all together. So with the heat still on there, I'm just using the tongs to basically toss this through, trying to keep as much of those tomatoes in shape as we go here. You just want the essence of the tomatoes to wrap their way around that bucatini. And this already smells so, so good. We've got a good toss on this pasta now. It's taken on all that beautiful tomato flavor. In amongst this pasta, I have a few basil leaves. They go straight in here and they're just gonna melt into that pasta. So just let them be folded through. And you only wanna add the basil right before you're gonna serve because they do have a tendency to go a little black otherwise. So just let them soften down in the heat of that tomato pasta. We are in business. The smell of those tomatoes. We've got a great sauce going on in here. And it's kind of, you know, it's a rough and ready sauce. It's not your traditional tomato sauce. You've got really great tomatoes that have been just transformed into something a lot more exciting. So we're gonna serve this up. So just tongue up a little bit of this. You wanna grab up some of those tomatoes, make sure they're in there too. Fish out some of those beautiful little tomatoes, get them in there as well. This is where it's at. You know, they've done all the hard work in there. You've got the chili flakes, you've got the garlic, you've got all those great flavors. So make sure you get these in and around. And then just to finish these off, to bring it all together, a final little touch of some pecorino cheese just over the top. It's an absolute treat of a dinner. It only takes 15 minutes from pan to plate and you are left with something absolutely glorious. A little bit of basil over the top and my friends, all that's left to do is for me to stop talking and get in. Oh man. Oh. You're just gonna have to give me a minute. This is probably one of my favorite pasta recipes. I know I say that about a lot of them, but this, honestly, it's so easy to make. You get all the flavor from that pasta. It is just so, so good. I urge you to try it. If you haven't made it before, it's well worth giving it a go. If you want the full details of all the recipe ingredients, you'll get it in the link below, which will bring you to my website. It's all there for you. Make sure you leave me a comment letting me know if you're gonna try this pasta alla pomodoro. It's fantastic, very easy to make. Like and share this video, and of course, I will see you soon. Happy pasta making, enjoy. Get these in and around. And to finish this off, we're just gonna add and to finish the just my voice breaking there, it's puberty hitting.